Hey, third grade friends, it's Mrs. N again. Here I am with our second lesson in second step. So just to do a little recap, I kind of want to go over what we learned in our last lesson before we start this lesson, because we learned a lot about respect, right? We learned about how do we show respect in the classroom to our classmates and to our teachers. And we learned a new thing called think, turn, and tell, didn't we? And that's when we shared our ideas about how do we show respect. So let's review really quick the skills for learning that we learned last time to show respect. Right? So when we do our skills for learning, they help us show respect and they help us remember so that we can learn. Okay, so in order to remember and do a little recap, we're going to play a game. So here's what I'd like for you to do. Our brain builder today, what I need for you to do, you don't have to move around, but I do need you to get focused. So we have our glitter bottle. Remember this from last time? So I have our glitter bottle timer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and we're going to watch it together. And while we're watching it, we are going to help our brains get nice and calm and focused and ready to learn. So here it is. I'm going to put it right here. We're going to have some quiet time while we watch this. Take nice deep breaths in and blow out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Watch those glitter sparkles settle to the bottom as we get nice and calm and ready for learning. One more time, in through our nose, out through our mouth. All right, great job. Hopefully now we are all ready for focusing. Okay, guys, so we're going to do a brain builder this morning called Who's Talking? Okay, now you can stand or you can sit. You can move around if your teacher allows it. Okay, so this game helps us to practice focusing our attention on listening. Rule number 1, you keep your eyes closed. Rule number 2, you focus your attention and you only listen to the voice who is reading. Okay, so I would like for you, because this requires us, we're going to do 2 rounds. This requires us to have 2 people, volunteers in our classroom that go after me. I'm going to do it first so that we know what to do. And then, I'm going to need 2 of you to volunteer to do this a second time. Okay? So rule number 1, everybody who is not our volunteer is sitting with their eyes closed. Rule number 2, you focus your attention as best as you can and you listen for whoever is talking. You're going to listen and point one hand in the direction you think that person is coming from. So for instance, because I'm in your computer screen, if you were to close your eyes, right, and then I'm talking, I can say anything. But let's say I sing happy birthday, right? Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. If your eyes were closed and you're just listening for my voice, which direction would you point? You would point in the direction of wherever your teacher's projector is, because that's probably where you're watching this video, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So pause the video. If your teacher needs to pause it, she can pause it. And let's pick out 2 volunteers. Okay? We're going to start round number 1. So our first volunteer, let's pick out some words that we're going to say to. Let's sing or say the words to happy birthday, okay? So you don't have to sing it if you don't want to sing it, but you can. And what I would like for you to do is everybody close your eyes when I count to 3. And then our volunteer is going to very quietly move from their desk to another spot in the room, and they're going to start singing or talking the words to happy birthday. And then everybody with their eyes closed is going to point in the direction of the voice. Okay? So we're going to start on 3. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Eyes closed. Volunteer, move to another spot in the room. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to move to another spot in the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Volunteer number 1, start singing or talking the words to happy birthday. How did we do? Did you point in the direction? Go ahead and open your eyes and see if your fingers are pointed in the same direction as our volunteer is standing. Okay, awesome. Volunteer number 1, go back to your desk. Volunteer number 2 is going to be moving around the room this time. Everybody close your eyes again. Nice and tight, no cheating. Okay, I'm going to count to 10, and volunteer number 2, you are going to move to another spot in the room as quietly and quickly as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody keep those eyes closed. Volunteer number 2, start singing or talking the words to happy birthday. Everybody point in the direction that you think he or she is standing. Open your eyes in 3, 2, 1. Are you pointed in the same direction as our volunteer number 2 is standing? How did your ears do? Very good. Okay, everybody go ahead and have a seat. All right, that is a fun game, right? And it helps us practice listening and focusing our attention. All right, so guys, we have a story today again. I'm going to share my screen so that we can look at a picture online. Here's our story and our picture. Everybody see it? Oh my, what is going on in this picture? So this is Omar, okay? Omar is trying to work on his book report. Let's look at Omar's face and his body and look for clues about how he might be feeling. Does Omar look like he is happy? No. How does Omar look like he might be feeling? Your teacher can pause if you'd like to, and you can have a discussion about this, or you can just listen as Puppy and I discuss. Puppy was alive in the last lesson that we are videotaping, so we don't have to say the magic words because he's already here in my office ready to do lessons with me, aren't you, Puppy? Yes, I am. Okay. Hey, Puppy, can you take a look at this picture? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is Omar. We all agreed he doesn't look like he's happy. No, he does not. Okay, how do you think he could be feeling? Let's look at clues in his face. How do you think Omar might be feeling right now? Well, to me, he looks really mad. Like he is just really upset with his partner there at the table. Like she's doing something that maybe is bugging him. That's a really good guess. So let's look at his partner here. Does she look like she's got a quiet voice and ears that are listening and eyes that are watching and a brain that is focusing? Oh, no, not at all. Okay, how do we know? Well, her mouth is really open, so maybe she's singing a song or maybe she is talking to Omar while he's trying to work. Those are very good guesses, Puppy. Let's see what's going on in this story. All right. So Omar is trying to work on his book report, but his neighbor is distracting him, and the distractions are making it so hard for him to stay focused and on a task. Thumbs up if you've ever been there. You're trying to focus, but somebody is making noise or singing or talking to you, and then it's harder for you to focus and stay on task. Definitely, right? It's very hard for us to focus if we're being distracted. So let's focus attention on this picture. What do you think the distractions are that are in the classroom that's making it hard for Omar to stay on task? What are some of the distractions that we can see in this picture? Puppy already named one, and that was that his table partner looks like she's talking, right? What else? Raise your hands. Yes, you out there. Just kidding. When I'm in the computer screen, then I can't actually call on you, but we could pretend. So do you think Puppy and I could have a discussion and we could just decide if we agree? Sounds like a good plan to me. Puppy, what do you think are some of the distractions in the classroom? Well, we already said that his neighbor is she looks like she's being really loud, but then also in the background, there's lots of kids talking, like those two girls in the background with the headphones on. They look like they're talking or making a noise, but maybe singing. And then there's kids in the background that are also working. Maybe there's just lots of noise in the classroom. Maybe Omar is just distracted by all the noise. Yeah, very good. Did you guys see any of those same things that Puppy just noticed? There's two girls in the background who look like either they're singing or talking. And then there's another set of partners back behind the girl at Omar's desk that look like maybe they're talking. So it may be just a very noisy classroom, and Omar might be having a hard time focusing. So Omar is having trouble staying focused because of all of the distractions. It's a combination of everything in the classroom that's happening. He can't focus. It's too loud. Okay, so think about, are you able to focus your attention when there's a lot of distraction or other noises around? It's harder, but there are some tricks. We can use something called self-talk, okay? And that's what our lesson is about today, using self-talk to help ourselves block out distractions so that we can focus and stay on task. Self-talk is just talking to yourself in your head in a quiet voice, or not even using a voice, just using the little voice inside your head to talk to yourself. Give yourself a little pep talk, okay? You can tell yourself to focus your attention on the most important thing that will help you stay focused and on task, on whatever you're supposed to be doing. And this is useful in the classroom and in all kinds of other places too. So think about what self-talk you would use if you were Omar and you had this partner, okay? Now I would like for you to turn and tell your partner. Remember, turn and tell? Partner A and partner B. Hopefully you're sitting near somebody where you can partner A and partner B, because we're going to do another turn and tell. I'll give you a couple of seconds while I'm reading directions. Either go and sit next to somebody near their desk, or maybe if you're on the carpet, just turn to whoever you're sitting near, and we're going to do turn and tell. Partner A is going to go first. They're going to use their eyes, their ears, and their brain. They're going to think about, how would I help myself stay focused if I was in Omar's shoes? And then they're going to turn to their partner and they're going to tell them their ideas. Okay, and then Mrs. N is going to say switch, and then partner B will think about it and then turn and tell partner A how they would help themselves using self-talk. What would you tell yourself if you were distracted? If you were in Omar's shoes, what could you tell yourself to help yourself stay focused, okay? So in 3, 2, 1, partner A, turn and tell. And switch. Partner B, turn and tell. Okay, and stop. Awesome. Okay, so Puppy, Wes, do you have any ideas about what kind of self-talk Omar could use to help himself stay focused, even though there's a lot of distractions in his classroom? Oh, sure. Omar can tell himself, it's okay. Just concentrate on your book. Right now, I'm looking at this picture. I need to stay focused. Just ignore the girl talking to me. Good job. Yes. You can tell yourself, it's okay. I need to stay focused. You can remind yourself what you're looking at or what you're reading. You can also tell yourself, ignore the distractions, right? Those are great options, puppy. Great job. So Omar did do this. He used self-talk and he helped himself ignore all the distractions in the classroom. He told himself, stay focused, Omar. Ignore all the noise. Concentrate. All right, awesome job, Omar. Give me a thumbs up if any of you during your turn and tell also had some of those same ideas. Telling yourself, stay focused. Telling yourself, ignore the distractions. Telling yourself, concentrate. Any? All right, awesome. Yes, so those are all great self-talk tools. Omar used self-talk to help himself ignore all of the distractions in the classroom. So now he's able to stay focused and get his book report done. Respectful learners use self-talk. When you use self-talk, you might say things like, what? What can you tell yourself? Maybe your teacher can call on one or two of you to share. What are some things you can tell yourself in your own head using self-talk? Puppy, you have any ideas? Oh, sure I do. Okay, let's hear some. Puppy, what are some ideas about things you could tell yourself in your own head using self-talk? Well, if you're distracted, you could tell yourself, it's okay, I just need to concentrate. Ignore that girl talking to me. Ignore all the distractions. Yes, you can tell yourself, it's okay. You can give yourself a pep talk. Say, it's okay. I can ignore it. I need to focus. Very good, puppy. What else can you tell yourself? Well, you could tell yourself, I can do this. That's another way to do self-talk. Yes. So thank you, puppy. Yes. Another way to do self-talk is to give yourself like an energy boost, a pep talk. Tell yourself, I can do this. It's not too hard. I can definitely focus. It's okay. I'll just block out all the other distractions and ignore all the noise and focus on what I'm doing. I can do it. Great job, puppy. Great. So now we're going to use our self-talk practice one more time to practice this skill. Okay. This is an activity that's called phone frenzy. Okay, and we're going to have to kind of figure out how to do this since we're keeping distanced and we have our mask and stuff on. But basically, half of the class is going to memorize a number, a phone number, while the other half of the class plays a game with me. So those of you who are memorizing a phone number, you're going to have to really focus on the number and then block out all of the noises and distractions from the game that the other half of us are playing. So it's going to be a really big challenge. Are we ready? So teacher, what I need for you to do is I would like for you to write a phone number somewhere on the board or somewhere where the kids can see. Okay. And split your class so that half of them are focused on the phone number and half of them are going to be playing the game with me. We can even write it like on a sticky note or on a piece of paper and just have half of the class maybe go to the back of the room and focus on the phone number and have the other half of the class stay up by the projector. And there's going to be distractions because we're going to be playing a game. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to go ahead and do that. It doesn't have to be a real phone number, just be a phone number. Okay. I'm going to use our timer. So once this glitter settles, I'm going to trust that we are all in our separate groups and ready for this game to practice focusing attention using self-talk. Okay. Now, those of you who are playing a game with me, we are going to be making some noise. Okay. I'm going to play a song. And when I play this song, whenever you hear the words focus or focus attention, I want you to put up attentoscopes, okay? Attentoscopes are just like binoculars, okay, that you put over your eyes to help you remain focused. Okay, so I'm gonna play this song. So that's gonna be one distraction for our friends who are trying to memorize the phone number. And then you're gonna have, every time, group A that's with me, that's playing the game, every time you hear focus attention, you're gonna put up your attentoscopes, okay? And group B is gonna be trying to remember a phone number. At the end, when I turn off the music, I need for teachers to then erase or pick up the paper that has the phone number on it so that our groups can't see it anymore. We're gonna see how well you did to memorize it. I know it's challenging. So here we go. Everybody get in your groups. And I'm gonna get our music started. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
All right, come on, listen now. Be respectful, yeah, yeah. Be skillful, yeah, yeah. Be a learner, yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful, be skillful, be a learner, yeah, yeah. You come to school to learn, but there's lots of things to see and do, so make the most of it. The power is inside of you. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. The lesson is starting up. Your eyes and ears are focused in. When someone starts to talk, show your respect by listening. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. Be respectful, yeah, yeah. Be skillful, yeah, yeah. Be a learner, yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful, be skillful, be a learner, yeah, yeah. Ha yeah. I think you got it. Keep saying stay on task. Ignore distractions, that's the key. And when you need some help, be sure to ask assertively. Focus attention. Listen with your ears, eyes, and brain. Use your self-talk. Be assertive and you will gain. Be respectful, yeah, yeah. Be skillful, yeah, yeah. Be a learner, yeah, 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 yeah. Be respectful, be skillful, be a learner, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Teachers, erase that number or take the paper up, however you put it out there. Now, everybody come back to the group and let's have a discussion. How did that go? If you remember the phone number, raise your hand. Anybody? You might want to pause this and see who can remember the phone number. You guys can work together too. Okay. How was it being distracted by the other half of the group listening to a song, doing hand signals, maybe dancing? That's a lot of distractions, right? Did you find that you were helping yourself focus on learning the phone number by telling yourself, using self-talk and telling yourself, concentrate, I can do this, right? How many of you may have used self-talk to help yourself focus on learning the phone number? Raise your hand. Quite a few of you. Okay, now, if you want to, if you have time, you can flip-flop and you can do this same activity, but just with the other group, okay? This is all the time I have for today. And next time you guys see me, I will be live in your classroom, and we will do another second step lesson, and we'll review our rules for learning, and we'll review what self-talk is before we go into our next live and in-person lesson, okay? Until then, I hope you all have a great day. See you later. Bye.